This is the end. How y'all doing? They are saying this is the end for Beyonce. Y'all have to watch this video. In this video, it tells a tale of Beyonce doing that witchcraft, forcing all these celebrities to worship her behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. It talks about a lot. Y'all gotta watch this video. When I saw this video, I was shocked at all the stuff. I didn't know that Beyonce was out here this bad. You know, she always come out with a nice presence and stuff, but I should have known. I should have known something. How freaky she is and how always she's showing her body the spirit of lust, the spirit of desire, the spirit of vanity. It runs deep in her veins, just causing an uproar on the community. All those spirits, you know. I want y'all to watch this video. This video, Beyonce is done. Okay, they do a thorough research on Beyonce, the beginning, the past, and the middle. When I tell you this video is well thought out and well done and covers everything, y'all need to watch this. For you guys that's still on the fence and not sure, after you watch this whole video, you gonna know the truth. You gonna put the pieces together, okay? Because in this video, it is clear as day. They have crossed dotted their I's and crossed the T's. You hear me? All right, so let's watch this video. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe here at the Mr. Sweet Spot. Let's see what's going on.
Beyonce's dark secret finally gets exposed. One of Beyonce's biggest secrets that she's been hiding is that she forces other artists to praise her while they're on stage, and if they don't, it ends bad for them. Have you noticed that all artists are forced to thank her when they receive awards? Guys, there are videos of celebrities on stage in tears and pretty much begging to stay on her good side. Adele cried and said, "Beyonce, you are the artist of our lives," through tears. She also broke her Grammy in half to give a piece to Beyonce.
The Lemonade album was just so monumental.
Same with Lizzo. Her entire speech was in tears, thanking Beyonce and giving her full credit to what Lizzo is today. Britney Spears won a Grammy, and instead of taking her moment, she chose to talk about how beautiful and amazing Beyonce was.
She can do it all. She's a triple threat.
Lady Gaga, who was hosting, even took the mic to talk about Beyonce.
Beyonce is a beautiful soul.
It's so bizarre. Celebrities like Megan Thee Stallion and many others. There's even a theory that Kanye West saved Taylor Swift in the moment that he went on stage, took the mic and said Beyonce had one of the best albums of all time.
But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Beyonce looked thrilled when he did that, by the way. Rewatch the tape.
One of the best videos of all time.
So back to what I was saying, there's a creepy theory about Beyonce that is spreading on TikTok like wildfire, according to which the so-called Queen Bee is the biggest fear of the music industry. It all started after the arrest of Diddy, who is very close to Beyonce's husband, Jay-Z. Theories that Diddy and Jay-Z are the bad boys of music and that those who are not with them do not end well, and then began to spread on TikTok. Tupac, Biggie, Aaliyah, Brittany Murphy, Michael Jackson, and many other celebrities who passed away unexpectedly were mentioned. And then the matter went further and Beyonce's name began to be mentioned more and more often. While Aaliyah was the princess of pop, Beyonce had to be the queen of pop. If Aaliyah hadn't passed away, no one would know about Beyonce today, was a sentence that spread on social media along with old photos of Beyonce and Aaliyah together. After that, TikTok was flooded with videos in which today's biggest celebrities in the world surprisingly always thank and mention Beyonce when receiving awards at important events. A few comments said, "Why does everyone keep bringing up Beyonce when she loses? Should they do this? Everyone is afraid of Beyonce." At the 27 Grammy Awards, Adele won Album of the Year, with Beyonce also nominated in the same category that year. During the speech when she accepted the award, Adele said that Beyonce deserved the award for her album Lemonade. She also said that she is a person that she has admired throughout her life and a source of inspiration for many performers.
We all got to see another side to you that you don't always let us see, and we appreciate that.
She broke down in tears, broke the award in half, and threw a piece of Beyonce, who was sitting in the audience. 6 years later, Beyonce again did not win a Grammy for either Song of the Year or Album of the Year categories. She was beat by Lizzo at the time, who also used her stage microphone time to thank Beyonce and praise her music through tears. When her husband Jay-Z was accepting a Grammy Award for his contribution to the music industry, he also mentioned Beyonce and the fact that she has never won a Grammy for Album of the Year, and that doesn't make sense, he said.
Most Grammys never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work.
In 2009, perhaps the strangest moment in the history of music industry occurred. At the MTV Video Music Awards, Kanye West interrupted the speech of Taylor Swift, who at the moment was receiving the award for Best Video by a Female Artist for the clip of the song You Belong With Me. As Taylor thanked the audience, Kanye took the stage, took the microphone, and declared that Beyonce should have received the award for her video Single Ladies, which sent weird vibes throughout the room. Later that night, after winning the second prize, Beyonce called on Taylor to finish her speech that Kanye interrupted. This, among other things, resulted in Taylor Swift and Kanye West's years-long feud, but theorists on TikTok are now claiming that this is how Kanye saved Taylor Swift's life. So many celebrities seem like they are scared to rub Beyonce the wrong way. I asked intuitive soul coach, writer, and YouTuber Cerise Fairfax what her feelings were on Beyonce and these weird rumors. What she had to say was, Destiny's Child was when we first saw Beyonce, and she just fit in with the other girls. But it was very soon after that Kelly Rowland started to shine. Her voice was better, her dance moves were better, and they actually had her kicked out of Destiny's Child because she was getting more of the attention than Beyonce. They gave her some dancing lessons, they gave her some singing lessons, and eventually she started to find herself. There's a lot of rumors spreading about Aaliyah and Aaliyah's passing. Allegedly, there have been some rumors about Jay-Z being involved. We don't know, of course, it's only alleged, but Damon Dash, who was Aaliyah's boyfriend at the time and Jay-Z's ex-partner at the time, will say for sure that something deceitful went down. Before getting on the plane, Aaliyah contacted Damon Dash and said, I don't feel comfortable getting on this plane, my intuition is telling me not to get on. He told her don't get on, but she said, you know I have to. She got on the plane and she passed away. The rest was history. Her songs to this day are amazing and she still outclasses Beyonce. There have been a lot of people who messed with Jay-Z, and it is said that Beyonce ended most of their careers. Diddy is going down, but he won't have to tell on anyone because the videos will tell everything. Jay-Z has been wanted for a while, and the Beehive is going to see that Beyonce and Jay-Z are somewhat of a dirty little couple. The world is going to see them for what they truly are. I don't think that they can coax the officials and the authorities into hiding their information. No amount of money is going to pay for the cleansing of the music industry. So that was Cerise Fairfax. You can follow her on YouTube or you can follow her on Instagram. Jay-Z, Diddy, and Beyonce share a long relationship based on personal and professional connections in the music industry. Jay-Z and Diddy have been friends since the early 1990s when they both rose to fame coming from similar backgrounds in New York. Their friendship spans decades and includes numerous musical collaborations and business ventures. In 1997, they collaborated on Diddy's debut album, and since then, they supported each other in public, appearing together at various events, such as Diddy's lavish 50th birthday bash in 2019. In 2003, Beyonce and Diddy recorded the song Summertime together. Although there is currently no evidence that Jay-Z and Beyonce are directly involved in the alleged cases against Diddy, there have been rumors that the situation has caused strain in their marriage. In a series of Instagram story posts recently, Foxy Brown attempted to debunk rumors that she and Jay-Z had a relationship when she was underage. Foxy initially posted and addressed a screenshot of a tweet alleging that Jay-Z made her sign an NDA, among other things, calling it fake news. She then posted a screenshot of a YouTube video saying she's breaking her silence about Jay-Z and references one of her IG stories where she tells someone, my story will shock you to your core. I don't play victim, but I had to step away for a minute for my sanity or I would have passed away, in response to a fan giving her positive words. The rumors about their relationship started when Nas mentioned their alleged relationship on 2001's diss song Ether. The rumors have ramped up on social media since Diddy was arrested.
Queen Bee is perhaps one of the most well-known women in the music industry. But as it turns out, fame doesn't always come with adoration. These are some celebs who just cannot stand Beyonce. Lily Allen. On Lily Allen's Miss Me podcast in April 2024, she stated that Beyonce's apparent abrupt move into country music was quite calculated to her. According to Allen, the real driving force behind Beyonce's career switch was a bit about challenging these institutions that have thus far rejected Beyonce as the icon and institution she is herself. Lily used this incident to support her claims. She said that Beyonce had worn a cowboy hat to the Grammy Awards, where she witnessed her husband, Jay-Z, criticize the Recording Academy for never having given her Album of the Year during her illustrious career. Additionally, Allen wasn't a big fan of Beyonce's rendition of Dolly Parton's hit song Jolene, which was featured on Cowboy Carter.
You do you, Beyonce, and she literally is doing her. Or is she doing Dolly?
Lily was perplexed as to why Beyonce, instead of pursuing her own distinct route, opted to perform one of the genre's most popular songs. Moreover, the outspoken British comedian quipped that she didn't really see anyone competing for Jay-Z, so she didn't really need to sing Jolene. Needless to say, social media users strongly objected to Allen's comments. Azealia Banks. Azalea Banks wasn't immediately enamored with Beyonce's Cowboy Carter concept. The rapper claimed on her Instagram stories that there was nothing country about it shortly after releasing Texas Hold'em, according to Music News. She also forewarned Beyonce, saying, "You're inviting more mockery into your life. Country music has a theatrical quality to it. The critics won't just put up with JC's bullying and unsightly blonde wig. It should come as no surprise that the record failed to alter her perception of the Grammy winner." Following the release of Cowboy Carter, Banks shared on Instagram stories once more how much she enjoyed the album and wished it had been shorter. Like Lily Allen, the rapper was likewise perplexed as to why Beyonce covered Jolene for her spouse, believing that no one would desire to snatch him away. Banks felt the same way about Beyonce's enormous 2016 release of Lemonade. She went after the hugely popular album on X, which was once known as Twitter, as Billboard reported at the time. She said, "Don't think for a second that Beyonce was intelligent enough to come up with any of those ideas on her own." In a different tweet, Banks reiterated her divisive viewpoint, writing, "She takes food out of darker-skinned women's mouths and pretends to be inspired." She added that Beyonce didn't embrace her African-American heritage until it started to become a trend that she could capitalize on. Kid Rock. In a 2015 interview with Rolling Stone, Kid Rock acknowledged that he was perplexed by Beyonce's popularity. "Beyonce, to me, doesn't have a Purple Rain, but she's the biggest thing on earth," the country star raged. He was unable to comprehend that she could have a successful career without a hit song like Old Time Rock and Roll or Sweet Home Alabama, which Rock famously sampled himself. Beyonce has undoubtedly had a good number of hits that have reached the top of the charts, such as Crazy in Love, Irreplaceable, and Single Ladies, so I'm not sure what he's talking about. Piers Morgan and Wendy Williams. In a 2016 Daily Mail piece, Piers Morgan criticized Beyonce for straying into politics with her popular visual album Lemonade. When he got down to speak with Beyonce for CNN in 2018, the journalist said that she had left a fantastic impression on him. Morgan recalls Beyonce telling him that she was happy that people didn't overvalue her race and instead recognized her abilities for what they were. The talk show host, however, believed that Beyonce had made a whole 180-degree turn for Lemonade, purportedly choosing to prioritize her political beliefs over her musical career. Morgan asserted that he felt very uneasy watching these women being used in this way to sell an album, even if his heart went out to all the African Americans who had experienced problems with police. Notably, Wendy Williams made fun of Beyonce during an episode of her talk show of the same name, so Morgan isn't the only celebrity who doesn't like Beyonce. As they talked about Beyonce's 2013 documentary, Life is But a Dream, Williams said she loved the artist and would be watching. Then she said, "Fortunately, one of the TVs in our kitchen has closed captioning, so I'll be able to understand what she says." Williams continued, "You know, Beyonce can't talk. Beyonce sounds like she has a 5th grade education." Yeesh. Keisha Cole. After Beyonce released Bow Down / I Been On, also known as Flawless, in 2013, Keisha Cole became irate with Beyonce. The lyrics of the empowerment song talked about how her career had reached heights that many young women could only imagine. The line didn't sit well with Cole, as Billboard noted at the time. Cole tweeted, "Can't stand when people being all self-righteous when it's convenient, it makes them look good." The vocalist brought up the irony that Beyonce, who had always championed female unity, seemed to be calling herself superior in the song.
Here's the truth about Beyonce and Jay-Z's connection to P. Diddy. In a recent interview with Piers Morgan, Jaguar Wright made some serious allegations against Beyonce and Jay-Z as she exposed the details of Diddy's freak-off parties.
He's got everybody on tape. They all know it.
The couple's lawyer then sent a request to remove the statement, but it only raised more questions, especially since a cop known for investigating the hip-hop scene thinks Jay-Z might be included in the Diddy list. Hollywood is reportedly hiding as the attorney for Sean Diddy Combs' accusers, Tony Busby, made a note to say he would publicly name A-listers tied to the case.
"We will pursue this matter, no matter who the evidence implicates."
Sources say some of them have started to pay off the alleged people to keep them from implicating them in the news that could be bigger than all of the Hollywood drama possible. Since then, fans have been suspicious of other celebrities like Jay-Z and Beyonce. Speaking on the Piers Morgan show, Jaguar claimed that Jay-Z and Beyonce are not good people, linking them to Diddy. Not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. She stated, "They're a bad little couple. They do bad things, keeping people against their will, putting people on planes when they're not aware." Jaguar is a singer and songwriter who has previously collaborated with Jay-Z, The Roots, and Blackalicious. Many people have different opinions about Jaguar Wright. My question is, if what she's saying is untrue, why hasn't anyone sued her? I received various responses. Some people believe it's because everything she claims is true, making a lawsuit impossible. Others suggest that she can't be sued if she lacks the funds to pay. What do you guys think? The wild allegations were slammed by the couple's lawyer, who was also hired by Tupac Shakur's family to investigate Diddy's ties to his passing in 1996. Pierce complied and issued an apology. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly, said Pierce. He also explained why he invited Jaguar to his show. The reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear, he argued. That's why we invited Jaguar to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an audience with or without shows like mine. In the same interview, Jaguar referred to Jay-Z as a monster who starts little fires everywhere. She gave the same label to Diddy, who is one of the worst people she's ever met.
Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil.
She's been telling industry stories on her YouTube channel, Real Life Productions, for years. Jaguar isn't the only music personality to question Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship amid Diddy drama. Rapper Lord Jamar thinks Jay-Z is linked to Diddy. He said, "You know, I will say that Jay-Z, if he was doing ill like that, he was more quiet about it," he told the Art of Dialogue podcast.
Jay-Z, if he was doing ill like that, he was more quiet about it.
He then called Jay-Z's relationship with Beyonce abnormal.
It's kind of abnormal when he got with Beyonce, like she was pretty young.
Beyonce was 19 when she started dating the 31-year-old Jay-Z. Jamar added that rapper Foxy Brown also dated the Roc Nation founder when she was 16 and he was 25. Many fans are also suspicious about his past relationship with Aaliyah. In the same podcast episode, Jamar commented on Jay-Z and Diddy's friendship, saying, "I feel like I've heard a rumor damn near about all of them. Have I heard a little stuff about Jay-Z? Yep.
Have I heard a little bit about Jay-Z? Yup."
Diddy's ex-bodyguard Gene Deal recently revealed that at one point Diddy disliked Jay-Z so much that he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay-Z back in the early 2000s. But one time he said he and Diddy went to go see Jay-Z, where the rappers connected, laughing and joking, until they started giving garden parties together the next years. Gene echoed Jamar's statements about Jay-Z being more discreet than Diddy. The people in power that gave that ring to Diddy, Jay-Z was next in line, Gene told Cam Capone News. So to separate him when in fact they may be two of the same, but because Jay-Z is low-key, that low-key sneaky stuff, and Diddy was rambunctious, just out with it, it don't mean they're not two of the same. Former Detective Derek Parker recently spoke with News Nation's The Scoop about Diddy's list, which he's convinced includes Jay-Z. Derek is known as the hip-hop cop for investigating the 90s hip-hop scene during the East Coast-West Coast rap wars. When asked if he knew Jay-Z was involved in the freak-off parties, Derek said, "I would say that it's alleged that he knows." Derek then mentioned other big names that may be named on the freak-off list once it goes public, including Ashton Kutcher, who was recently accused of protecting Diddy, LeBron James, Chris Brown, the Kardashians who attended freak-off parties, Usher, and Justin Bieber. Derek noted that Justin and Usher might as well be victims. When asked what he thought the turning point for Diddy's drama was, Derek said on his way up the industry, he probably thought maybe he was invincible with some of the things that he did. The hip-hop cop emphasized that Diddy's old interviews reflect on how he had no care about what he said to you or what he did to you. Host Paula Froelich added that she met people saying Diddy bragged about having the cops on his payroll. He's got cops who can sort everything out in New York, LA, Miami, but Derek said he hadn't had a connection with the rapper for years, so he couldn't confirm it, but it could be possible. When reading through online discussions, it's fascinating to see the wide range of opinions surrounding the topic. Some people are firmly convinced that Jay-Z and Beyonce are involved in some way, while others believe that the situation has devolved into a witch hunt, insisting that Beyonce is largely unproblematic. I personally have no idea about the truth of it all. Only time will reveal the reality of the situation. However, it seems that several high-profile celebrities are significantly involved, adding to the complexity of the narrative. The contrast in perspectives highlights how divided people can be on celebrity matters, often leading to intense debates. It'll be interesting to see how this unfolds in the future. When it comes to Jaguar Wright, I'll read you some opinions that people have written online. One person said Jaguar is putting her spin on some truths, but she comes across as if she has a personality disorder. I've worked with such individuals. She's not always coherent with info. Believe there's some truth, but something is very off with her. Another said, Jaguar Wright is telling the truth. Definitely that stuff adds up. With another person saying Jaguar is entirely credible, she will end up giving her life for the truth because they are out to silence her. Everything she said makes sense and is slowly being revealed as truth. On the show Street Stars, she's giving just enough info for everyone to put the pieces together. The last comment I want to read you guys says, I saw a few Jaguar interviews and she had my attention just like wild reality TV content. Then I saw her throw her son's ashes and rub them on her face, and then I asked YouTube to stop recommending me this type of content. She's not all there. She was in a cult, Carbon Nation. Her son came out and said they did witchcraft on her. Her time in the industry was very short-lived. So in my opinion, she's a compulsive liar and stay connected in her own way. She's forever doing interviews, talking. I personally think she likes the attention.
Here are some secret details about Beyonce that she hides from the public. Her connection with P. Diddy. Beyonce is currently facing online discourse over her association with P. Diddy, as he's been hit with some serious charges, as you all know. For decades, Diddy has been a central figure in pop culture, known not only for his successful music career, but also for his larger-than-life personality and infamous parties. Given his A-list status since the 1990s, he has naturally rubbed shoulders with other high-profile stars, including Beyonce and her husband Jay-Z. Jay-Z has long been part of Diddy's inner circle, and no, that's not an innuendo. And this connection has piqued the curiosity of many online sleuths. Speculation about the nature of Beyonce and Jay-Z's relationship with Diddy has intensified, leading to an influx of questions on Beyonce's social media. Recently, her Instagram was flooded with comments demanding answers about her connection to Diddy.
Now, I'm making mistakes and I'm learning from them and I'm not afraid to make a mistake.
Users posted everything from memes and GIFs to direct accusations. One commenter bluntly asked, "How can you admire someone involved in disturbing things?" While another insisted, "We want the truth," in all caps. More superstitious social media users took things further, suggesting that Beyonce might regret her association with Diddy, especially now that his alleged acts are coming to light. One person accused her of selling her soul, stating, "Selling your soul wasn't worth it, was it? What goes up must come down." Others directed their criticism at Jay-Z, with one comment reading, "I can't wait to see Jay-Z go down for everyone he's wronged." Despite the uproar, neither Beyonce nor Jay-Z were mentioned in Diddy's recently unsealed 14-page indictment, and neither has been charged or arrested in connection with his legal troubles. Accusations of theft. In July 2023, Beyonce dropped her long-awaited 7th studio album, Renaissance, which paid tribute to the music and artists of the 70s and 80s. The album featured a mix of samples and interpolations, interpolations being altered versions of existing tracks, while samples directly copy sections of other songs without modification. One of the most talked about interpolations was Kellis's 2003 hit, Milkshake.
She brings all the boys to the yard and they're like, "It's better than yours,"
which Beyonce used in the song Energy.
I just got paid, make it rain.
However, the album's release was marred by a technical glitch that led to the isolated vocals of Kellis being played without any accompanying music on streaming platforms like Tidal and Apple Music. The glitch didn't go unnoticed by Kellis, who wasn't exactly thrilled by the use of her track. She took to Instagram, specifically her chef account, to voice her displeasure, even going so far as to accuse Beyonce of theft. It's not a collaboration, it's theft. The level of disrespect and utter ignorance of all three parties involved is astounding, she added, referencing Beyonce and others who worked on the song. Family drama over her marriage. One of the most talked about incidents in Beyonce's personal life is the infamous elevator altercation that took place after the 2014 Met Gala. In leaked footage from a New York hotel elevator, Solange Knowles can be seen yelling at Jay-Z before asserting herself onto him, all while Beyonce stood by and watched. The altercation lasted several moments before a security guard stepped in to restrain Solange. Interestingly, Beyonce didn't intervene right away, allowing Solange to express her anger before finally stepping in to defuse the situation. The video sparked a media frenzy, and rumors flew about what could have prompted the situation. A source later told People that designer Rachel Roy, famously referred to as Becky with the good hair in Beyonce's song Sorry, was the instigator. Apparently, something she said earlier in the evening upset Solange, leading her to confront Jay-Z in the elevator. About 10 days after the incident, the family released a joint statement, saying that Jay-Z and Solange both took responsibility for their roles in the argument. The statement emphasized their desire to move forward as a united family. She isn't a fan of Kim Kardashian. While it may seem like every A-lister has crossed paths at some point, Beyonce and Kim Kardashian have never really hit it off. Despite being seen together at events and even having their photos taken together due to their husband's friendship, insiders claim that Beyonce has never been particularly fond of the reality star. Over the years, Kim has reportedly made efforts to bond with Beyonce, but her attempts were met with indifference. During a 2012 performance at the Made in America festival, where their husbands took the stage together, eyewitnesses noted that the two women barely acknowledged each other. The following year, Beyonce was invited to Kim's baby shower but was a no-show, fueling rumors that she was uninterested in developing a friendship. The truth between the two became more evident in 2014 when Beyonce and Jay-Z skipped Kim and Kanye's highly publicized wedding. According to reports, Beyonce simply didn't want to attend. Fans have continued to speculate about the cold relationship between them, with some drawing connections to Beyonce's lyric in the song Heated from her Renaissance album. Uncle Johnny made my dress that cheap spandex, she looks a mess. Many have interpreted the cheap spandex line as a dig at Kim's shapewear brand Skims, sparking even more rumors of an ongoing feud. One user on X, formerly known as Twitter, joked, "Kim K is quaking." Unintentional shade at the Jackson family. Back in 2008, Beyonce found herself in hot water after an interview with Elle magazine where she appeared to throw shade at the Jackson family. While discussing her own upbringing, Beyonce compared her family's dynamics to that of the Jacksons, saying, "We're African American and work together as a family, so people assume we're like the Jacksons. But I didn't have parents using me to get out of a bad situation." While the comment might have seemed innocent, it did not sit well with the Jacksons, particularly Janet Jackson. Sources close to Janet said that she was both hurt and confused by Beyonce's remarks. Janet felt Beyonce had no reason to bring up her family in such a context, especially since the two didn't really know each other. Janet was reportedly upset that Beyonce seemed to be elevating her own family while making the Jacksons sound like they were using their children. Though the water ran high for a while, nothing major came of the situation, and Beyonce was later seen attending Janet's Las Vegas show in 2019. Hypocrisy in her anti-capitalism message. Beyonce has been celebrated for her music, which often promotes empowerment, independence, and self-confidence, particularly for women and the Black community. Her visuals for Lemonade were hailed for celebrating Black female strength and pride, featuring powerful imagery of Black women in royal attire. However, some critics have pointed out that while Beyonce preaches anti-capitalist messages in her music, she has also accumulated enormous wealth, which seems to contradict those values. For example, in the song Break My Soul from her 2022 album, Beyonce sings about quitting a job and seeking fulfillment elsewhere. One writer for The Independent criticized the song for its unrealistic message, pointing out that Beyonce, with her estimated $440 million net worth, is far removed from the struggles of the working class. The writer argued that Beyonce's advice to quit a job sounds more like a middle-class platitude than genuine solidarity with people facing financial hardships. Mystery surrounding her relationship with Jay-Z. Despite being one of the most famous couples in the world, Beyonce and Jay-Z have always kept the specifics of their relationship under wraps. The two married in 2008, but the details of when they first met and started dating have been shrouded in mystery. While it's known that they began dating in the early 2000s, recent attention has been brought to a resurfaced video from Jay-Z's 2006 birthday where Beyonce spoke about their relationship. In the video, Beyonce said that she was 20 when they first started dating, implying they'd been together for 5 years by then. However, in previous interviews, she had stated that she was only 18 when she met and 19 when they began dating, while Jay-Z was 30 at the time. This age difference has sparked renewed interest and debate online, with some questioning the dynamics of their early relationship. Her diva status. Beyonce has earned a reputation as a diva, a label that reflects both her commanding stage presence and her exacting standards. Over the years, her diva status has been both celebrated and criticized, with some fans praising her attention to detail and others pointing out her more outrageous demands. Recently, during her Renaissance tour, Beyonce made headlines for a particularly unusual request: her own personal toilet seat. According to reports, Beyonce had a special toilet seat transported with her from venue to venue, along with a custom golf cart to carry it discreetly. The item was labeled Beyonce Toilet Seats, ensuring that the superstar wouldn't have to use public restrooms while on tour. This isn't the first time her tour rider has raised eyebrows. In the past, Beyonce has been known to request specific items like alkaline water chilled to exactly 21 degrees, $900 titanium straws, and even red toilet paper.
Beyonce has had a lot of moments in her life that were either bad for her or left a bad taste in people's mouth. I mean, what's worse than being connected to Diddy, right?
Not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well.
She walks up to the couch.
Yeah.
Watch how her belly, a fake belly bump. Look how it squishes in. No.
They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
People say Beyonce's album Lemonade is about how Jay-Z cheated on her.
There are even some reports saying that she actually faked her first pregnancy, which is pretty wild.
When Beyonce was pregnant with first child, Blue Ivy Carter, tons of rumors were spread about it being a fake pregnancy.
So take a look at this. There was this interview that former singer and songwriter Jaguar Wright did with Piers Morgan, and she claimed that Jay-Z and Beyonce, they're not good people.
They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
And she also implied that they have connections with Diddy and his parties, you know, the freak off parties where all that stuff was going down. Yeah, she says that they were right up in it and knew all along. She describes them as a bad little couple. Now, Beyonce and Jay-Z's lawyer, they sent a request to remove those statements from the Piers Morgan interview, but it did raise a lot more questions in people's minds, especially since a cop known for investigating the hip-hop scene thinks that Jay-Z might be included in the Diddy list. You know, again, the list of people who knew about these freak-offs. In the Piers Morgan interview, Jaguar Wright claimed that Jay-Z and Beyonce were actually worse than Diddy. And Jaguar Wright, by the way, she has previously collaborated with Jay-Z as well as other artists. And she's been calling out Beyonce and Jay-Z for a while now, especially with reports that surfaced in early December of 2024 that claim that Jay-Z did some pretty messed up stuff to somebody who was 13 years old. Yeah, wild. Beyonce and Jay-Z, they did make a public appearance though after these claims came out. And things got a little bit weird. Like, they made a public appearance at the premiere of Mufasa. And it's a movie where their daughter, Blue Ivy, as well as Beyonce are doing voiceovers for some of the characters in the film. And at the premiere at the Dolby Theater in Hollywood, they were all smiles for the camera and on the red carpet, you know. Jay-Z and Beyonce, you know, they looked so happy. They were beaming with smiles when they saw their eldest child, Blue Ivy, having her big moment. One of the cameras even looked like they caught Jay-Z wiping away some tears from his eyes. Beyonce's mom, Tina Knowles, was also there too, and she joined the family on the red carpet. And before this, it was pretty awkward because there were even some rumors saying that Beyonce and Jay-Z didn't even plan to go to the premiere, but they changed their mind the last minute after all of these claims came out about Jay-Z. Also, on top of that, Beyonce's mom, Tina Knowles, claims that she was hacked after her Instagram account liked a post about Jay-Z being sued for what he did to the 13-year-old. And here's a message that she posted on Instagram. Like, I can't make this stuff up, guys. She says, "I was hacked. As you all know, I do not play about my family. So if you see something uncharacteristic of me, just know that it is not me." But so many people find this hard to believe because after the whole Diddy thing went down, apparently Usher got hacked and a couple other celebrities, and some celebrities like wiped their social media feeds. And now these claims about Jay-Z come out, and then apparently Tina Knowles gets hacked? Yeah, something fishy's going on, guys. What are the chances? And usually when people get hacked, more stuff happened to their account. It's not just, oh, one photo is liked. Other things happen, like cryptic posts may be posted, or spammy cryptocurrency scams are posted, or something. But just liking a photo doesn't seem like she was hacked. But either way, reports are saying that she, as well as Beyonce's sister Solange, are standing by Beyonce and Jay-Z no matter what through this time. There was also another moment that Beyonce had that was just pretty bad. On the Sunday night interview, fans noticed something pretty weird. As Beyonce walked in and sat down, her dress, which was kind of loose, showed that her belly, where her baby bump should have been, well, it looked like it was flatter and kind of indented. So people started with, the gossip and the speculations saying that, Beyonce is wearing a fake baby bump, as well as there's some talk about her using a surrogate to have her first child. Now, tabloids had a field day, of course, with all the rumors, all the gossip, and people took to social media to try to prove that her pregnancy was fake, while others tried to defend it. But later on, though, in her documentary called Life is But a Dream, Beyonce did her best to try and shut down the rumors by showing us her bare baby bump and talking about how happy she was to be pregnant. And in the end, there was no real proof to back up the rumors that this was a fake baby bump, and Blue Ivy was born healthy and happy. But the whole fake baby bump saga got a lot of media attention, and some people started to wonder if we could trust information that we get from Beyonce and Jay-Z. We know that they're private, but what's really going on? Interestingly enough, Jaguar Wright also says that her pregnancy was fake. But on the note of having children, though, and this is where the theories went wild, actually. So back in 2012, Beyonce and Jay-Z, they caused a huge uproar online because they took over an entire maternity ward at the hospital for the birth of their first child, Blue Ivy. Apparently, they dropped $1.3 million to make sure that they had the whole floor to themselves. And this all came with having a bunch of bodyguards and security measures to make sure that nobody came in. And this move didn't sit well with other women who were pregnant, and they felt that this was a bit unfair that Beyonce's celebrity status was disrupting their own birthing experience. One parent said that they were stuck in the NICU for 20 minutes before all the commotion. And, they weren't too pleased because they're like, hey, what's going on? Like, it's a hard time for us too. And now we got to be delayed even more because Beyonce and Jay-Z say so. Someone who worked at the hospital claimed that Beyonce had a fancy custom-made room all to herself and even used her security team to kick out other pregnant women who were in the ward. So yeah, guys, this was wild. So not only were other people who were expecting delayed, but the ones who were currently in the ward got kicked out. But a spokesperson for Beyonce and Jay-Z did end up saying that they did everything that they could to make sure that other people who were expecting at the time weren't inconvenienced. But that sadly was not the case. Beyonce's connection to Diddy is way deeper than everybody thought.
It was genius. I think Beyonce did a great job, and she tackled something.
Not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well.
Jay-Z and Beyonce have many conspiracy theories recently with all of this stuff that has come out against Diddy.
Bey and Jay are one of the most dominant power couples, so her name has already been dragged into online speculation.
It was hard for me to be in that space.
She's known him personally for decades now. And her husband have been seen partying with Diddy.
Oh, you put that thing on the whoop.
As well as praising him in some of the videos that have surfaced with them. And they've literally been partying with this guy, hanging out with him, working with him for decades now.
Wait, reverse tape. How much money?
And Diddy also has had a hand in helping Beyonce get to where she is today. And now we all see these claims coming out, more and more of them saying that Beyonce, like, she definitely knew what was really going on at them Diddy parties. And she's been keeping some major secrets, not just about Diddy, but also about her and her husband, Jay-Z. And these secrets, like, she's kept them airtight for years. And we all see the headlines, guys. Diddy, 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 all day, every day. He's in the news. Everybody's talking about Diddy. Everybody's talking about his parties and his not so great behavior. This is the main reason, of course, why Beyonce's name is being brought up so often now. Not just for her music, but also because of this whole Diddy stuff. And people are looking at their friendship under magnifying glasses now, because they're like, okay, something's gotta be going on here. How could they have such a close, tight bond and her not know what was going on behind closed doors with Diddy? Not necessarily that she was involved directly, but how could you not know what was going on? So again, more and more of these claims are coming up. People are questioning whether or not Beyonce and her husband, Jay-Z, should also be supporting Diddy in this whole thing. But remember, guys, they have been keeping quiet, so they haven't said anything to directly support Diddy, and they haven't said anything to directly condemn what Diddy did. And this is surprising because they have a huge bond. Like, this is not just a regular friendship. This seems like this is some, family ties. They roll in the same circle. All of them are major successes in the music industry. But a lot of users online are commenting and saying that, well, they've actually really been quiet because they are low-key trying to support Diddy in a way, right? Like, they don't want to get dragged into the drama themselves. Like, they still want to stay out of it. But because of their bond with Diddy, Beyonce, and Jay-Z, they want to secretly support him. Like, this is, maybe, I don't know, this is getting into those theories, and it'll definitely lead you down a rabbit hole if you view content on all of these theories. But yeah, I'm just saying what I see people saying online. Beyonce and Diddy, they've been tight for years. They're like a family. They've been through thick and thin. And at even one point, there was this interview where Diddy mentioned that he was a little bit envious of what Beyonce and Jay-Z had going on in their relationship. But even though Diddy's been in the hot seat as well as behind bars now, he could still be getting some behind-the-scenes support from Beyonce. Again, I don't make these theories up, guys. I'm just sharing what I've been seeing. Because friendship like that doesn't just evaporate. So it's definitely one theory that Beyonce and Jay-Z are sticking by Diddy, behind closed doors, secretly, trying to work things in his favor, maybe trying to shift the narrative around him a little bit, helping with money, who knows? And if that's the case, this would show that, their friendship definitely goes way beyond just partying and having a good time. It's a friendship that's built on history, shared experiences, mutual respect, sort of like, that family mentality of whatever happens to one of us happens to all of us, and we're all in this together. There have been many, many claims over the years of them being involved in secret societies and secret organizations, and they band together in times of need. So yeah, again, just one claim, guys. This is just one theory, but it's definitely plausible due to the fact that we've seen powerful and influential people support one another before, both publicly and in secret. And when it has been done in secret, we've seen some cases where it comes to light later on and people are like, oh my goodness, this was actually going on and I didn't know. Some people think that Beyonce was involved too, while others think that she's just trying to, protect her privacy. There was some reports that Jay-Z and Diddy, when they were forcing this 13-year-old to commit certain acts, there was a woman in the room with them, an unnamed celebrity woman, and that's key. Some people are saying that that could be Beyonce, while others are saying that maybe it's J-Lo. Who knows? Now, I've found that opinions about this is completely divided. Like, I've been into forums and I've been into comments on videos where people are saying that this is only happening because people don't like Beyonce and that people don't like Jay-Z. So they're doing their best to smear them. They don't like the fact that Beyonce entered into country music. They just don't like them. And this is what's stemming all of these accusations against them. Because Beyonce's fans are saying, like, why would they respond so quickly and strongly when their names were mentioned by Jaguar Wright when she went on Piers Morgan's show? Like, swiftly, Beyonce's lawyer, Alex Spiro, they sent a letter to Piers Morgan telling him to literally take down the sections of the interview with Jaguar Wright's claims in them. And Piers Morgan had to issue a public apology after that. So Beyonce definitely made it clear that she won't allow anyone to drag her and her husband's name through the mud. Like, we see these quick responses, like they're just not playing around. Jay-Z went public on social media, sharing some stuff, sharing his thoughts. So this feeds into people's beliefs that this is all just happening to smear them, and if they were guilty, you know, they wouldn't remain silent. But again, on the flip side, like I said, guys, this is so divided. It just seems like people think that, you know, Beyonce is just trying to cover up for herself and not get her and her husband dragged into all of this mess. But nowadays, rumors and speculations spread so fast, like crazy, all over the internet. And because of this, everything a celebrity does gets looked at and analyzed, and it leads to strong opinions that people have, like just very heavy debates going on. But if the claims turn out to be true and Beyonce has been covering up some secrets, this would definitely be the end of her. Beyonce's success, of course, it comes from her talent, her hard work, her dedication, and those are things that make her the artist that she is. And I'm a huge fan of Beyonce personally, so I really hope that she's not connected to Diddy in a negative way. But I've been disappointed in the past, so I'm not gonna look at this with biased lenses. I'm just gonna sit back and wait and see and follow this until the end, guys. But I know Beyonce has her loyal fans, the Beehive. They're super loyal and they think that Beyonce can do no wrong. And they're reminding everybody that Beyonce, you know, she's a philanthropist, she's an activist, and she's a good person. She's always trying to fix social problems. And her most loyal fans are saying that her character shouldn't be questioned just because she's been seen hanging around Diddy. But all in all, though, the conversation, the discussions, they're going to still keep on going. And I think we as the public just need to take a look at this, not necessarily with biased lenses. You can do that if you want, sure. But I think ultimately there's no point in getting super heated with anybody online about this. We just literally need to wait and see how things play out.
Celebrities who warned us about Jay-Z and Beyonce. Jay-Z and Beyonce are often seen as the ultimate power couple, but not everyone in Hollywood buys into their carefully curated image.
Honestly, I think that this is the kind of couple that will stay together because it's good for business.
Over the years, several celebrities have spoken out against the duo, raising questions about their character, business practices, and influence.
Jay is about the money, period.
From shady behavior to alleged puppeteering behind the scenes, these stars have issued warnings about the true nature of Jay-Z and Beyonce. Jaguar Wright. Singer Jaguar Wright hasn't held back when it comes to her thoughts on Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Sean Carter is just as bad as the diddler.
Known for her raw and unfiltered commentary on the music industry, Jaguar has accused the power couple of playing a key role in what she describes as the darker side of the business.
They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
In a series of interviews, Jaguar alleged that Jay-Z has a history of betraying those closest to him, claiming he abandoned collaborators and artists who helped build his empire. She also targeted Beyonce, accusing her of being complicit in maintaining their image while ignoring the fallout for others in their orbit. Jaguar's most jaw-dropping claims include mentions that Jay-Z manipulates the industry to maintain his dominance, often at the expense of smaller artists and collaborators. Kanye West. Kanye West's once close relationship with Jay-Z has been overshadowed by years of tension and public feuds. Their friendship, which began during their early collaborations on tracks like Run This Town, soured in the mid-2010s, when Kanye repeatedly called out Jay-Z and Beyonce during his concerts. In a now infamous rant during his 2016 St. Pablo tour, Kanye accused Jay-Z of prioritizing business over friendship. "You didn't call me after my wife got robbed in Paris," Kanye said, referencing Kim Kardashian's traumatic robbery. He also claimed Beyonce puppeteered awards shows to ensure her victories, calling into question her fair competition in the industry. Rihanna. While Rihanna has never directly criticized Beyonce, her tense relationship with Jay-Z has led to speculation about her feelings toward the couple. Signed to Roc Nation early in her career, Rihanna rose to superstardom under Jay-Z's mentorship. However, rumors about conflicts between Rihanna and Beyonce have swirled over years, with many pointing to the infamous 2005 Pon de Replay incident. At the time, Beyonce was allegedly unhappy with the attention Rihanna was receiving as Jay-Z's protege. Reports suggested that Beyonce felt threatened by Beyonce's rising star, leading to a chilly relationship between the two women. The tensions reportedly escalated when Rihanna distanced herself from Roc Nation in the mid-2010s, choosing to carve her own path. Solange Knowles. Even Beyonce's sister Solange hasn't been immune to the drama surrounding Jay-Z. The infamous 2014 elevator altercation after the Met Gala remains one of the most talked about moments in celebrity history. While the trio released a statement calling it a private family matter, rumors swirled that Solange was defending Beyonce after learning about Jay-Z's alleged infidelity. 50 Cent. 50 Cent has never shied away from expressing his dislike for Jay-Z. In interviews and on social media, 50 has accused Jay-Z of being out of touch and overly concerned with maintaining his image. In a 2020 interview, 50 Cent described an awkward encounter with Beyonce, claiming she aggressively confronted him for criticizing Jay-Z. According to 50, Beyonce jumped out at him like she was ready to fight, a moment he said was both surprising and humorous. Carrie Hilson. Carrie Hilson's career took a hit after releasing her 2009 single, Turnin' Me On, which fans interpreted as a diss track aimed at Beyonce. In the song, Carrie sings about an unnamed star who needs to sit down and stop acting like she runs the town. While Carrie never confirmed the song was about Beyonce, the backlash was swift. Fans accused her of being disrespectful, and industry insiders suggested the fiasco damaged her career. Years later, Carrie hinted that powerful figures in the industry, possibly including Jay-Z and Beyonce, had worked behind the scenes to blacklist her. Tamar Braxton. Tamar Braxton has thrown subtle shade at Beyonce in the past, sparking speculation about her true feelings toward the superstar. During an interview on The Breakfast Club, Tamar appeared to critique artists who rely on flashy performances and elaborate visuals instead of pure vocal talent, a comment many believed was directed at Beyonce. While Tamar didn't name names, fans immediately drew parallels to Beyonce's high-energy performances, which often include intricate choreography and dramatic singing. Tamar's comments reignited debates about Beyonce's artistic credibility, with critics suggesting that her theatricality sometimes overshadows her vocal ability. The subtle digs didn't go unnoticed by the Beehive, who were quick to defend her queen. Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim has had a complicated relationship with Jay-Z and Beyonce over the years. While she has publicly praised Beyonce's artistry, she hasn't hesitated to call out Jay-Z when she feels slighted. One of the most notable moments came during an interview where Lil' Kim alleged that Jay-Z had blocked her from performing at events and receiving proper recognition in the industry. She accused him of prioritizing his own proteges over other talented artists, describing him as overly controlling. Lil' Kim's criticism highlights a recurring theme in Jay-Z's career: accusations that he uses his influence to sideline those who don't fit neatly into his vision of success. Wendy Williams. Talk show host Wendy Williams has built a career on delivering hot takes, and Jay-Z and Beyonce have frequently been in her crosshairs. Over the years, Wendy has questioned everything from their marriage to their parenting style, often sparking backlash from the couple's devoted fanbase. One of Wendy's most interesting comments came when she suggested that Beyonce's public persona was carefully manufactured, claiming, "I believe Beyonce is one of the greatest performers, but she's not the brightest girl in the room." The comment ignited a firestorm, with fans accusing Wendy of being unnecessarily cruel. Wendy has also speculated about the authenticity of their marriage, suggesting that the relationship is more about brand preservation than true love. Dame Dash. Dame Dash, a former business partner of Jay-Z, has been one of the most vocal critics of the rap mogul. The two co-founded Rockefeller Records in the 1990s, but their partnership ended in a bitter split that left Dash feeling betrayed. In interviews, Dash has accused Jay-Z of abandoning him and their shared vision to pursue personal gain. He claims that Jay-Z's loyalty only extends as far as his own interests, calling him out for cutting ties with people who helped him rise to the top. Dash also hinted at tension between Jay-Z and Beyonce, suggesting that their relationship is more of a business arrangement than a genuine partnership. Keisha Cole. Keisha Cole famously clashed with Beyonce after the release of Bow Down / I Be On, a 2013 track that saw Beyonce adopt a more aggressive tone. Keisha took to Twitter to criticize the song, writing, "First women need to stick together, now we better bow, SMH." The backlash from Beyonce's fanbase was swift and unforgiving, with many accusing Keisha of being bitter and irrelevant. While Keisha later defended her comments, the incident highlighted how Beyonce's bold statements can polarize even her peers in the music industry. Keisha's critique also touched on a broader criticism of Beyonce's branding, the perceived contradictions between her feminist messaging and her assertive, sometimes confrontational persona she shows in her songs. Kid Rock. Kid Rock has made no secret of his disdain for Beyonce, delivering scathing remarks about her popularity. In a 2015 interview, the rocker dismissed her as overrated, saying, "Beyonce to me doesn't have a real Sweet Home Alabama or Purple Rain. She's just a great performer with a lot of hits." Kid Rock's comments sparked immediate backlash, with fans accusing him of being out of touch and possibly fueled by jealousy. However, his critique echoed a sentiment shared by some in the industry, that Beyonce's success is more about spectacle than substance.
It looks like we're witnessing the downfall of Beyonce and Jay-Z right before our eyes.
Beyonce's 2025 tour and Christmas NFL show in jeopardy. Allegations against Jay-Z have sparked speculation.
Jay-Z has just been charged for raping a 13-year-old alongside Diddy.
Jay-Z and Beyonce have many conspiracy theories recently with all of this stuff that has come out against Diddy.
Bey and Jay are one of the most dominant power couples, so her name has already been dragged into online speculation.
Beyonce had a reported tour coming up, as well as some pretty big performances that were planned. And then, before all of that could happen, all these new claims about Jay-Z, her husband, and how he's connected to Diddy, and how he did some stuff alongside Diddy in the past.
Jay-Z now accused of raping a 13-year-old girl in 2000.
This is a huge blow to Jay-Z and Beyonce's reputation, like no joke. And it's most likely going to cost them millions of dollars in legal fees. And ultimately, if these claims turn out to be true, they could be locked up for the rest of their lives.
People say things because they don't want to get themselves in a PR disaster.
It's just not looking good for Beyonce and Jay-Z at all. And what makes this even more sad is the fact that they have kids who could lose their parents forever. Jay-Z and Beyonce, they have built a multi-billion-dollar empire, and so many people have looked up to them over the years. They have been a huge inspiration, and they've accomplished so much in the music business. But now their secrets are being leaked publicly. So now when we look at what Beyonce was about to do, like Beyonce is incredible. She had a huge Renaissance tour, and she was actually planning to tour again in 2025 and also perform at the Christmas 2024 NFL game. But now all of that's on hold because of this drama with Jay-Z. Apparently, she was supposed to be performing at the Houston Texans and Baltimore Ravens game on Christmas Day and hitting the road next year for a tour. But again, nothing official about that was announced, but this was what people were speculating just based off of some insider information. But now with Jay-Z being sued for doing stuff to a 13-year-old back in 2000 alongside Diddy, like even though Beyonce had nothing to do with it, apparently, well, her name is getting dragged into it because, of course, Jay-Z is her husband. And what do spouses do? Oftentimes cover for their partner. There was one source that reported to the Sun publication, and this is what they said. B and J are one of the most dominant power couples on the globe. So even though the claim has nothing to do with her, her name had already been dragged into online speculation. Now, this is a messy situation, and who knows how it's gonna completely affect Beyonce and what she had planned. And the source also went on to say, the plan was for Beyonce to perform a new song during her Christmas Day halftime show before kicking off a new era. Beyonce has Act 3 of her 3-act album saga to announce, as well as a huge stadium tour. If you guys didn't already know, Beyonce's new tour that was supposed to be coming up is all about celebrating her latest album called Cowboy Carter. Now, the tour was to kick off on Christmas Day 2024. and launch into 2025, which was definitely going to be a huge deal for her fans. And also, the first performance was supposed to be streamed on Netflix. But like I said, Beyonce hasn't officially announced the tour yet, but people close to her have confirmed that it's definitely happening. But again, now we just don't know if she's going to follow through with it. At first, she was planning on just 5 dates at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. But because so many people would want to see her perform, they're probably going to add more shows in other cities. And I mean, this would be huge because it would really help launch Beyonce in a new era of her career, because Cowboy Carter is the second part of Beyonce's Renaissance album, which came out in March of 2024. It's a mix of country, R&B, folk music, and a lot of people loved it. Some people weren't crazy about it, but hey, it really launched Beyonce as a country artist, which was so surprising. And her fans loved it. Most of her fans anyways. So it would definitely be interesting to see what Beyonce had in store with her Renaissance Act 3. And this is why people are calling this the downfall of Beyonce and Jay-Z, because all of the stuff that she had planned likely won't happen, as well as now Jay-Z is tied up in this whole Diddy stuff. And there's some accusations saying that he forced a 13-year-old to do certain acts with him at an after party for the MTV Video Music Awards that Diddy was hosting. But Jay-Z's team says that this is all a lie, and they're really trying to get these claims completely thrown out. Now, this does come as a big surprise for a lot of people, but many others saw this coming a mile away, especially after celebrities like Cat Williams as well as Jaguar Wright began talking about celebrities like Jay-Z and Beyonce and about them getting exposed real soon. Especially given that Jay-Z and Beyonce have a close connection to Diddy. Like, they literally have so many images and clips together with him. And this does not seem like some ordinary friendship. Like, they have a real close bond. And as the old saying goes, birds of a feather flock together. And people online are also claiming that Jay-Z's downfall was also predicted earlier in 2024 by a celebrity astrologer, Sloan Bella. Now, in a video that a user, Khadijah Lynn, reposted, Sloan Bella mentioned that Jay-Z will have legal issues in November following someone other than who you might expect, right? So she clarifies that it's not Diddy, and she was unsure whether it was Chris Brown or Justin Bieber. And there was one user that commented and said, Sloan is the real deal. Her Kim Porter prediction is one of the many times she's nailed it. And then there's another user that said, how did she know this is gonna happen? While a third person said, stuff getting spooky out here. So I'm not the biggest believer in psychics, but hey, Sloan Bella, she is a self-proclaimed psychic and astrologer to the stars. She lives in LA and she's a mom of 2. And her Facebook page says that she was born with psychic medium abilities and she's a modern day metaphysician, you know, whatever that means. But a lot of people are, you know, putting a lot of value into what she says because it turns out to be true, especially now seeing all of this stuff that's going on with Jay-Z. Now, what's surprising was back in 2023, this Sloan Bella person, she had some interesting thoughts about Diddy himself. She basically said that some higher ups in the music industry are throwing him under the bus. And in one video, she was like, they're gonna stitch his mouth shut because of his mentors and they don't want it coming out, even though some of these guys are outing themselves. So maybe she knows some insider details like Jaguar Wright and Cat Williams and others. But yeah, it sounds like, you know, her predictions, if you can call it that, are coming true. But regardless, wherever people heard it, they said that they saw this coming and now Jay-Z and Beyonce's time has come. Jay-Z's lawyers want this case completely dropped though, or they want to know who this anonymous person is who's making these claims, because they only have been identified as Jane Doe, which of course is like a generic term for people that don't want to be identified. And they say that Jay-Z has the right to know who's making these claims, especially because this is a civil claim. They're getting sued. They're asking for a lot of money, and this is definitely going to hurt his reputation. So his lawyers also weren't happy with Jane Doe's lawyer, Tony Busby. They say that he's known for getting big settlements from rich people who know Diddy. And they think that this whole thing is just a way to get back at Jay-Z for, I don't know, for whatever reason. Like, it's really just to hurt his character. That's what they're saying, at least. And they do bring up a good point, you know. There are some reasons why somebody would want to remain anonymous, but especially if you're making claims like this, I think it would be fair if the person making the claims did come forth. Is not to put any doubt on what they're saying, but it kind of is to put some doubt on what they're saying. Jay-Z also released a statement saying that they should file a non-civil claim based off of the accusations that are being made. This should not be a civil thing. This is completely non-civil. And Jay-Z says that he's completely innocent and he's ready to retaliate in any way that he can to just really shut down these rumors. This is definitely taking a toll on Jay-Z and Beyonce for sure. They're doing their best to keep themselves in the best spirit as possible. And something tells me that we are in for the surprise of our life, guys. Like, just how videos were released of Diddy doing some stuff and we're like, oh my goodness, he's guilty. Not saying that we're going to see the same thing with Beyonce and Jay-Z, but something tells me that we're in for a big surprise.
Here's the reason Beyonce stayed with Jay-Z after he cheated on her.
Jay-Z seemingly admitting that he cheated on his wife of 9 years.
People say Beyonce's album Lemonade is about how Jay-Z cheated on her.
Beyonce and Jay-Z, who's opening up on how the couple got past his cheating scandal.
Still inside me, coiled deep, was the need to know. Are you cheating on me? Are you cheating on me?
In an interview with the New York Times Style magazine, Jay-Z appears to have admitted that he cheated on Beyonce.
Jay-Z admitted to cheating on Beyonce in a 2017 interview with the New York Times Style magazine, saying his childhood experiences and his emotional unavailability was the reason for this.
You know, people act out in this way based on their life experiences.
Growing up and her strong connection with Jay-Z influenced Beyonce's choice to stay. She knew his cheating wasn't a sign of not loving her, but more about his emotional issues and childhood stuff.
You know, we were friends first, and that foundation is so important in a relationship.
They started going to therapy. They started talking more openly to work on their relationship and figure out why Jay did what he did. This helped them understand each other and their relationship better. It wasn't easy for Beyonce though. She had times when she doubted, she got mad, she felt sad, but her love for Jay and her belief in their relationship kept her going. She realized forgiveness wasn't about letting Jay off the hook, but about choosing to move forward together. So he was super thankful that Beyonce was understanding, and he was thankful for her support. He knew he messed up. He promised to work hard to earn back her trust and her love. Their commitment to their family and their history also played a big role in Beyonce's decision to stay. Their choice to stay together wasn't just about keeping up appearances or meeting societal expectations. It was a conscious decision based on love, understanding, and a shared desire to heal and grow. In the world of showbiz, where relationships and breakups make headlines, Jay-Z and Beyonce are a unique couple. They've been together for a long time, but there have been rumors and gossip about their relationship also for a long time. One of the most common rumors is that Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce with Rihanna. This started when Rihanna's song Umbrella came out, which some people think is about Jay-Z. But both Jay-Z and Rihanna have said that they never hooked up. Another rumor is that Rita Ora was involved with Jay-Z. Rita has denied this, but there are paparazzi photos and stories that make people think otherwise. When Beyonce's Lemonade album came out, which is all about him cheating, Rita Ora posted a Snapchat selfie wearing a lemon bikini and wearing a J necklace. I don't know, guys. It's hard to know what's true and what's not, but it's clear that Jay-Z and Beyonce have been through a lot together. They've talked about their ups, their downs, and their music, and they've shown us that even celebrities can have real lasting relationships. Their journey began in the late 1990s and has since blossomed into a partnership that has weathered both professional and personal challenges. They finally tied the knot in 2008, and since then they've stood with each other through thick and thin, including Jay-Z's infidelity. Instead of going their separate ways, as the majority of couples would do, Beyonce did not divorce her husband. Despite the public scrutiny and backlash, she continued to stay in the marriage. While we don't know exactly where they first met, we do know, as per Queen B's old interview with 17, that they met when she was just 18, but they didn't start dating until a year later. Despite the rapper being 12 years her senior, they hit it off from the start, and in 2002, the couple had their first music collaboration with Bonnie and Clyde, kickstarting a long journey of several music collaborations that they still continue to this day. Then in 2003 came Crazy in Love, earning them their first Grammy wins as a couple. Back in 2014, footage of Solange, Beyonce's sister, went viral for a moment of Beyonce, Jay-Z, and herself in an elevator. And many people said it was due to infidelity on Jay-Z's part. Just a few months after, rumors of her divorce started going around. However, things seemed to cool down. But then in 2016, Queen Bee released the visual album Lemonade, which was fully about infidelity. And of all the songs featured in the album, the song Sorry garnered the most attention, as it allegedly referred to the young Forever hitmaker's mistress as Becky. He took an interview with New York Times and blamed his childhood experiences for the reason for his behavior. He accepted his mistakes and his shortcomings. He said the hardest part was to see what he caused others due to his feelings, and he hinted that they might have divorced but didn't, since he was willing to work on himself and go to therapy. In Jay-Z's words, he said, "For us, we chose to work for our love, for our family, to give our kids a different outcome, to break the cycle for Black men and women. We were never a celebrity couple. We were a couple that happened to be celebrities. We are real people." Jay-Z said that he lacked the emotional tools needed to be in a marriage, and that he has since been working on himself and his shortcomings through therapy and his wife's support. Jay-Z also said, "For a lot of us, especially where I grew up around men in general, we don't have emotional cues from when we were young. Our emotional cue is be a man." It was my way of saying I wanted to be emotional, I wanted to be open, I wanted to have emotional tools that it takes to keep my family together. I have a beautiful wife who is understanding, who knew I'm not the worst of what I've done. We did the hard work of going to therapy. We love each other, so we really put in the work for years. Stating that he is now proud of the father and husband he's become, Jay-Z remarked that they chose to stick together and work for their family during those times. Ultimately, instead of treating their union as something perfect, the couple sees their marriage as a work in progress. Nurturing and protecting it as they grow together, their ability to embrace imperfection is remarkable, even when their approach might not suit others. As they continue to build their lives together, they're still being married and in love despite all the challenges is a powerful testament to the resilience of love. While we spilled all the tea on their past struggles and triumphs, their story is a living, breathing thing. They're constantly evolving, both as individuals and as a power couple. This isn't just celebrity gossip. It's about real people, real challenges, and the enduring power of love and commitment. It's a reminder that even the most glamorous relationships have their ups and downs. Beyonce and Jay-Z have recently been called out for practicing witchcraft.
That happened? Yeah. What do you mean that happened?
They've been called out by Kanye West. It has been speculated for years that Jay-Z and Beyonce practice witchcraft, Satanism, and black magic. So guys, Kanye West has made a lot of controversial claims and wild accusations over the years, with his reputation taking a nosedive in 2022, which led to him losing his billionaire status.
Adidas has terminated its partnership with Kanye West.
But he's currently having a comeback due to his new album, but his comments about Jay-Z and Beyonce are now coming to light. And guys, Cerise Fairfax, soul coach, who worked on Flow 93.5's morning show back in the day, was told by a musical artist that Jay-Z definitely had upside down crosses in his home. If that includes black magic, then he definitely does some strange things. And if anyone would know, Kanye would know for sure. Upside down crosses has to be the creepiest thing I've heard today. Why on earth would anybody decorate their house with this? It doesn't make sense. I think it's safe to say that a lot of weird stuff goes on in Hollywood. A lot of secrets are getting exposed. Beyonce and Jay-Z have been considered one of the most famous couples walking around. But what did they have to do to get there? We also really want to know what you guys think about this. He said that Beyonce and Jay-Z practice witchcraft, specifically black magic, to control other people in the industry.
Really, like literally, my little brother is Kanye. And like your little brother, things happen sometimes.
Toronto-based, award-winning published photographer David Schilling had words to say about this. What he had to say was, Kanye is ill. He's on mental health medication. Well, supposed to be. but doesn't take it. Well, it's not an excuse to say things that could potentially harm others. Not that Beyonce and Jay-Z are going to be affected, but what Kanye says, while unmedicated, should be taken with a pound of salt. So the exact quote that Kanye said at the time was, "They can control Shaq, they can control Charles Barkley, they can control LeBron James, they can control Jay-Z and Beyonce, but they can't control me. Ain't no name I won't name. It's up. My mama Donda West was sacrificed. Michael Jordan, what about him? His dad, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son." Kanye continued to say, "Out here in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize." Kanye and Jay-Z have collaborated on music for years, but cracks in their relationship began to emerge publicly in 2011 when Jay-Z and Kanye released their joint album, Watch the Throne. The feud between them escalated in 2016 when Kanye publicly criticized Jay-Z during a concert, expressing grievances over their strained relationship and issues with their families. The rift deepened as Jay-Z addressed their differences in his album 444 with lyrics suggesting betrayal and disappointment. The former friends were embroiled in a legal dispute when Kanye attempted to leave Jay-Z's streaming service Tidal when they got into a disagreement over compensation. Actor and producer Kat Catatonic isn't a fan of Kanye's words. What she had to say was, "Yet another example of Kanye's need for mental health supports as he grasped at straws. His professional jealousy is a really stinky cologne, and he's taking shots at anyone and everyone who is booked and busy." Additionally, their wives Beyonce and Kim Kardashian were also in their own feud, with rumors surfacing over the years. The women's supposed rivalry dates back to early 2010s, fueled by tabloid speculation and perceived competition in the entertainment industry. Beyonce and Jay-Z were invited to Kim and Kanye's wedding, but reportedly did not show up, which is a pretty sweet burn. Another source said that Kim and Kanye's obsession with fame irritated Beyonce and Jay-Z to the point that they couldn't stomach being around them.
Secret details about Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship that we can't ignore.
We met a long time ago. Award shows, a lot of different performances.
Been rumored that you're dating Jay-Z, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 confession albums, an elevator fight, Jay-Z has officially confirmed that he cheated on the Beyonce.
Jay-Z and Beyonce have had some interesting moments.
We don't know much about Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship post-cheating, but now it looks like the rapper is finally ready to open up about his past.
And if you haven't experienced love and you don't understand it and you don't have the tools to move forward, then you're gonna have complications.
But that's not all. From Diddy to other things you might not have known, the rabbit hole goes deep. Jay-Z and Beyonce are celebrated as the ultimate power couple, commanding influence in music, business, and pop culture. Yet their relationship has not been without downs. Beneath the glamour lies a series of incidents and connections that have raised eyebrows over the years. Jay-Z and Beyonce's early rise to fame placed them in close proximity to Sean Diddy Combs, one of the most powerful figures in the music industry during the late 1990s and early 2000s. Diddy, known for his extravagant parties and high-profile collaborations, was instrumental in shaping the East Coast hip-hop scene. However, his name has also been tied to a string of things ranging from exploitative business dealings to allegations of misconduct at his infamous gatherings. Jay-Z, a close associate of Diddy in their early careers, frequently attended Diddy's events and benefited from their shared industry connections. This association led some to question whether Jay-Z turned a blind eye to Diddy's darker dealings in favor of maintaining his meteoric rise in the music world. Though Beyonce's early career as a member of Destiny's Child kept her slightly removed from the hip-hop's inner circle, her eventual relationship with Jay-Z brought her into Diddy's orbit. While neither she nor Jay-Z has been directly implicated in any of Diddy's problems, their silence during moments when Diddy faced public scrutiny has been interpreted as self-preservation. Their connection to Diddy, who remains a polarizing figure, casts a shadow over the carefully curated image Jay-Z and Beyonce have built. Many have questioned how much they knew about the alleged misconduct happening within their circle, and whether their silence was a strategic choice to protect their burgeoning empire. One of the most infamous aspects of Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship is the revelation of his infidelity. Beyonce's 2016 album Lemonade shocked fans with its raw, deeply personal exploration of betrayal and reconciliation.
Untold women wander the hallways at night. You come home at 3 a.m. and lie to me.
Songs like Hold Up and Sorry detailed the pain of being cheated on.
I tried to change, closed my mouth on you,
with pointed references to Becky with the good hair, a woman widely speculated to be at the center of Jay-Z's unfaithfulness. The drama didn't end with Lemonade. In 2017, Jay-Z released 444, an album many viewed as a public apology to Beyonce. In the title track, Jay-Z admitted to emotional failings.
Jay addresses the cheating rumors saying, quote, "And if my children knew, I don't even know what I would do."
Saying, "I apologize, often womanized, took for my child to be born, see through a woman's eyes." The album laid bare his regrets, and in interviews, he discussed how therapy helped him confront his toxic behaviors. Despite their reconciliation, the fallout from Jay-Z's infidelity left a stain on their public image. Fans and critics alike questioned how a couple that presented themselves as a model of unity could weather such a betrayal. Some praised Beyonce for her strength and decision to rebuild the relationship, while others criticized Jay-Z for his actions and wondered if the couple's reconciliation was motivated more by business considerations than personal healing. To this day, the narrative surrounding Jay-Z's cheating continues to linger, with fans analyzing their interactions for signs of lingering tension or unresolved issues. Few moments in Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship have captured public attention like the infamous elevator altercation at the 2014 Met Gala. Leaked surveillance footage showed Beyonce's sister, Solange Knowles, going after Jay-Z while Beyonce stood nearby, seemingly unfazed.
Solange Knowles, Beyonce's sister, was caught on camera physically attacking Jay-Z in an elevator while Beyonce stood by.
The shocking footage sparked widespread speculation about what led to the confrontation. Reports soon suggested that the whole thing stemmed from Solange confronting Jay-Z over his alleged infidelity. Rumors circulated that Jay-Z had been overly friendly with fashion designer Rachel Roy, further fueling the narrative of his wandering eye. Beyonce's calm demeanor during the altercation led fans to wonder if she had silently sided with her sister or if she was merely trying to de-escalate the situation. While the trio released a joint statement calling it a private family matter, the damage to their public image was already done. Memes and jokes about the elevator incident spread like wildfire, and fans dissected the footage frame by frame, trying to uncover hidden meanings. The Met Gala incident underscored the cracks in their relationship and offered a rare, unguarded glimpse into the drama behind their polished exterior. While they have since moved past the incident publicly, it remains one of the most discussed moments in the relationship's history. When Jay-Z acquired Tidal in 2015, the music streaming service was marketed as a game changer for artists, promising higher payouts and more control over content. Tidal positioned itself as the artist-friendly alternative to platforms like Spotify and Apple Music. Beyonce was one of the company's most prominent supporters, using the platform to exclusively release her groundbreaking album Lemonade. However, Tidal quickly became embroiled in discussion. The company was accused of inflating streaming numbers for both Beyonce's Lemonade and Jay-Z's 444, leading to criticism that the service prioritized their interests over fairness and transparency. A 2018 investigative report revealed inconsistencies in Tidal's data, with alleged whistleblowers accusing the company of fabricating millions of streams to boost their numbers. Additionally, former employees accused Tidal of fostering toxic work environments, with claims that the focus on Jay-Z and Beyonce's content created an uneven playing field for other artists. Critics argued that the service's artist-first ethos was merely a marketing ploy to protect the couple's dominance in the industry. The streaming allegations damaged Tidal's reputation and cast doubt on the authenticity of Jay-Z and Beyonce's business practices. While Tidal remains operational, its rocky history has left a lasting mark on the couple's brand. Jay-Z and Beyonce's On the Run tours were promoted as celebrations of their love and collaborative genius, but many believe they served a more calculated purpose: damage control. The first tour in 2014 coincided with the fallout from the infamous elevator incident. Fans noticed that the couple seemed to be pushing the narrative of unity, just as rumors of Jay-Z's infidelity were gaining traction. Beyonce performed emotionally charged songs from her self-titled album, including Flawless and Drunken Love, while fans scrutinized their onstage chemistry for clues about their marriage. By the time the On the Run 2 tour launched in 2018, the stakes were even higher. This was just 2 years after Beyonce's Lemonade laid bare the betrayal in their relationship, and a year after Jay-Z's 444 attempted to pick up the pieces. The tour acted as a public reconciliation, a way to remind the world that they were still together and, more importantly, still a brand. Critics argue that these tours were less about music and more about protecting their image. The timing, the messaging, and the highly choreographed displays of affection seemed designed to shift attention away from their personal struggles and back to their carefully curated power couple status. Jay-Z is no stranger to rap beefs, but some of his most notorious rivalries have allegedly involved Beyonce behind the scenes. While Jay-Z's public feuds with rappers like Nas and Kanye West are well documented, insiders have hinted that Beyonce's influence often exacerbates tensions. The most infamous example is the fallout between Jay-Z and Kanye West. Once close collaborators and friends, the two artists drifted apart following Kanye's behavior and increasingly erratic public statements.
Rumors are going around that Jay-Z threatened Kanye West shortly before their friendship ended, and insiders are now saying Jay wanted to control Kanye from the very start.
The final straw came in 2016 when Kanye ranted during a concert about Jay-Z and Beyonce allegedly skipping his wedding to Kim Kardashian. While Jay-Z kept his responses measured, sources claim Beyonce was a driving force behind the cold shoulder. Known for her perfectionism and carefully managed public persona, Beyonce reportedly disapproved of Kanye's unpredictability and his marriage to Kardashian, whom she allegedly viewed as a threat to their brand. The feud highlighted how personal and professional dynamics often overlapped in their relationship, with Beyonce playing a significant role in shaping Jay-Z's alliances. While Jay-Z and Beyonce's love story is celebrated, some fans and critics have questioned whether their marriage is as much a business arrangement as it is a personal commitment. The power couple has built an empire worth over $2 billion with ventures spanning music, fashion, streaming, and more. Their combined influence is undeniable, but it often seems like their relationship serves as a strategic cornerstone for their brand. From joint albums like Everything Is Love to exclusive appearances at high-profile events, their public interactions often feel designed to reinforce their power rather than offer genuine glimpses into their personal lives. This transactional vibe has led some to speculate that their marriage endures not solely because of love, but because of what they stand to lose if they were to split. Their combined net worth, business partnerships, and influence make them one of the most formidable power couples in history, but it also means that their wealth is inexplicably tied with one another. Several artists and employees have accused Roc Nation of prioritizing profits over ethics. Musicians have claimed that the management company fails to provide adequate support, with some alleging they've been left to fend for themselves during critical moments in their careers. Others have pointed to the company's involvement in shady deals, such as Jay-Z's partnership with the NFL, as evidence of questionable priorities. The NFL deal, which Jay-Z framed as a way to address social justice issues through entertainment, was particularly polarizing.
So Beyonce is all over the headlines. People are making forums about it. Everyone thinks that she just looks like Kim Kardashian now.
Fans think that Beyonce is trying to look a little too much like Kim Kardashian, and I want to know, what do you guys think? Is Beyonce trying to look like Kim or not? But let me break it down for you guys. Beyonce totally slayed at the Renaissance Tour movie premiere, where she was wearing this amazing glitzy gown by Donatella Versace. The silver dress hugged her curves perfectly, and those metallic gloves were the cherry on top, guys.
Get up in the morning, you click on the computer, you see all these pictures that you see all day, every day.
Even Donatella Versace herself called Beyonce a vision in Versace on Instagram. But yeah, some fans are a bit worried that Beyonce is taking some style cues from Kim Kardashian, you know? Now that Beyonce styled herself, and when you look at the photos, she had platinum blonde hair. And by the way, Versace herself even added this on Instagram. "You are unique, one of one, the number one, the only one. I can't wait to see the Renaissance Tour movie." But yeah, like I was mentioning, not everybody was showering Beyonce with love and praise. Lots of fans went straight to the comments on her post to share their thoughts, and let me tell you, it wasn't all compliments, guys. Like, one user even wrote, "I thought this was Kim Kardashian for a sec." And someone else had this to say, "Literally everyone looking like a Kardashian. It's giving me Kim K Cher hybrid." Now, even though some people were a bit skeptical, there were a lot of people who couldn't help but gush about Beyonce's stunning looks, and they straight up called her, you know, Queen. She's known as Queen Bee for a reason.
We've already acknowledged Beyonce as our queen, but the rise to the top has been everything but easy.
But now, even Beyonce's mom, Tina Knowles, she had to step in and defend her daughter. Like, she was just so angry with the whole thing. She was really mad because some people were accusing Beyonce of trying to not just look like Kim Kardashian, but to try to lighten her skin and to try to look more white because she rocked the platinum blonde hair for the Renaissance Tour film premiere. Tina went on Instagram and she dropped a montage video that clapped back at all of the criticism that Beyonce was getting. And in the video, it showed clips of Beyonce over the years with her skin tone doing its own thing. You know, sometimes depending on the lighting, it looks lighter, sometimes it looks darker, and the track Brown Skin Girl was playing in the background. The video ended with a message that said, Beyonce is a brown-skinned girl, sometimes more or less light. A brown-skinned girl, it's more than a skin color. It's a culture, a pride, a strength.
Skin is like...
Tina also had even more to say, and she left a caption on that video, and it said this. Came across this today and decided to post it after seeing all of the stupid, ignorant, self-hating, racist statements about her lightening her skin and wearing platinum hair, wanting to be white. She does a film called The Renaissance, where the whole theme is silver with silver hair and silver carpet and suggested silver attire, and you bozos decide that she's trying to be a white woman and is bleaching her skin? How sad is it that some of her own people continue the stupid narrative with hate and jealousy? So yeah, guys, as you can see, Tina did not hold back. She also went up on an unnamed TMZ reporter who happens to be somebody that's white, and they actually were trying to contact Beyonce's hairstylist, Neil Farina, and the photographer was trying to ask Neil if Beyonce was trying to be white. That is what literally happened, according to Tina Knowles, Beyonce's mom. Tina straight up said that it got her blood boiling, and she also pointed out her biggest letdown was that some black people were jumping on the same bandwagon and pushing this narrative, acting ignorant in her terms, and Tina even dropped the fact that even Etta James rocked platinum blonde hair. So guys, I really want to know, like, what are your thoughts about this? And I kind of see it all the time where if a celebrity looks a certain way and then another celebrity happens to dress similar to how that other celebrity looked, usually that celebrity is bashed and being labeled as someone who's copying. But with the whole theme of Renaissance being silver, like, it's no surprise that Beyonce was rocking the silver hair. And Beyonce, yeah, depending on the type of lighting, her skin is going to look lighter. So yeah, I don't think that this has anything to do with Beyonce trying to look white or anything like that. Although some people might think that, but yeah, that's just my 2 cents on this, guys. I think she was just trying to match the theme for Renaissance, and some fans online and some critics kind of just took it to another level.
On TikTok are now.
Woo, I tell you, it's a lot. I want to know, what are y'all thoughts about this? Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe here at The Messy Sweet Spot.